So today we're going to talk about counterexamples. Now, this is a video in my statement series. So if you haven't seen my introduction to statements video or my truth values video, then you're going to want to watch those before you watch this. This video won't make sense unless you watch those other ones. Okay, so counterexamples. We can help determine the truth values of statements by using counterexamples. Counterexamples are one of the most effective tools we have in order to determine the truth value of something. Specifically, if we want to show that something is false. Okay, so let's start with a statement. If I eat all right now, yeah, we'll do this one. Eat all my dinner, then I will get dessert. This is dessert. Okay, so here is my statement. If I eat all my dinner, then I get dessert. Yummy. Hey, so let's say I want to see if this is true. One of the easiest ways to prove that this statement is false is to think of a counterexample. Now, just because you can't think of a counterexample does not mean that a statement is true. A statement, it's a lot harder to prove something true than it is to prove something false. So here will be my counterexample. Usually they start with a but. But I ate all my dinner last night and I did not get dessert. Hey. So the counterexample, this is going to end up proving that my original statement is false because I ate all my dinner last night. I didn't get dessert. I wanted it, but I didn't get it. I got ice cream. So if I eat all my dinner, then it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to get dessert. It might sometimes happen, but if it doesn't happen all the time, it's false. So, and because I was able to find a counterexample, you only need one counterexample to prove something false. And so my counterexample is I ate all my dinner last night. I didn't get dessert. Okay? Only need one counterexample. Now, usually after you prove that something is false by using a counterexample, you usually throw a statement afterwards. Just a sentence afterwards, not a statement. A sentence afterward. Therefore, and it usually starts with therefore. I'm trying to think of which. And then here we go. If I eat all my dinner, I will not absolutely get dessert. I mean, I could get dessert, but it's not an absolute. Okay. Now, in math, we do have a cool little symbol to stand for therefore, because when we're writing proofs, we use this word therefore a whole lot. And in math, I know it seems like we write a lot down, especially when we're working problems, you show all your steps, but we really don't like to write more than we want to. So instead of writing therefore, we do this little triangle with dots. Okay? And that means therefore. It's kind of like how in previous videos I showed you shorthand for the if-then statements or our statements, how you just do this, which says if P then Q. So the three dots thing is our little shorthand for writing therefore. Yeah, I remember when I first learned this stuff, I thought it was awesome because later on I learned set notation. I can write full sentences without writing words, and I thought that was crazy awesome. But I understand that you might not feel the same, but that's what happens when your teacher's a math nerd. Anyways, I believe this is my last video for the statement series. If you have any questions, I have quite a few other videos in the statement series. You can pick and choose which ones you want. Usually at the beginning of the video, I tell you what you should know before you start in that video, so everything makes sense. And I will talk to you later. Hey, oi.